Surprise. one more step and you're dead. Why just to take a second I go with the sky, but now lightning like your last resort. It's not an accident that no one hears your cries as your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. Don't you know what you're starting? But you sure we got the clue how that this we go. Don't you know? No more art. And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then storming with it's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. Got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one more step and you're dead. Why just to take a second I go with the sky, but now lightning like your last resort. It's not an accident that no one hears your cries as your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for eyes. You're done there, but the time it teach you, you're not surprised. I'm coming, but you, my game's always the best of mine. You're never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for right. You're coming, but the time it hits you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always the best so fine. You're smiling, but the net you didn't catch it in time. Try to run me through, hold on, think again. Don't you know what you're starting? But you sure we got that clue? How bad this we go? Don't you know? No more art. And as you look to the horizon, not the cloud, but then storming with it's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for right. You're coming, but the time it hits you, you're not surprised. Think you got your game planned out. Do it deep, get 'em 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, one more step, and you're dead. Why just a because second I go with the sky, but now lightning like your last result. It's not an accident that no one hears your cries as your last dream seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for right. You're coming, but the time it hits you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always the best so fine. You're smiling, but the net you didn't catch it in time. Better think about your game. Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again, my friend? You never see it coming. You see that my mind is the best for right. You're coming, but the time it hits you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always the best so fine. You're smiling, but the net you didn't catch it in time.
Thank you.
As I look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for right. You're done but the time it sees you, you're not surprised.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome back to a bit of Dark Souls. Let me throw myself up on screen. How's it going? I think I didn't actually remember to look in the mirror before I came on, so I'm assuming my face looks okay. Probably fine. I'm in the middle of trying to do something, and I figured I may as well start, but I can't freaking remember what I was trying to do. I don't think it needs to be me to be off screen. It was some setting, or it was something someone said something in chat, and that got me thinking. And Clone, thank you very much for the gift sub to Cappy as well. That's very generous of you. And Cappy, enjoy your emotes, dude. We beat the Flip Flop Runner, and I was away. The Flip Flop. Oh yeah, we beat the Flip Flop brothers, and we're now the glorious Eggstein. I did have to do a few things offline in order to make this work at all. I needed to basically had to farm a bunch of souls to get enough dexterity so I could wield this lance. I still can't actually wear all the armor without fat rolling, or medium rolling, but same thing. And I also had to get rid of my egg, which I then got back, which is why the egg is a little smaller today. But it'll grow again. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, how you all doing? A's, Clone, Cappy, of course. Sally, how you doing? Good to see you. And Wex. Oh yeah, as I put in, oh god, A's. Yeah, A's. For those of you who might know, Andy SPG, he hosted what was a pretty cool idea, which was basically a Secret Santa Twitch gift sub thing, as one way to throw around a bit of love and to introduce people to some streamers they'd have never seen before, and give them some emotes for a month. And this is what A's was my Secret Santa, and this is what he got me. And now I need to spam that in every channel, which is how it's going. Are we going full Ornstein? Mostly full Ornstein. I do still have a shield on my back, and I can't wear the helmet. But my plan is pretty much to use exactly this. Zachary. Oh my god, I thought that was one of Sasha's emotes, but that's the Grinch. Very nice, very nice. I think my camera. Do I need? Let me get into position. No, I think I'm good here. I definitely was supposed to do something here, and I can't remember what it was now. Oh, rewards queue. I haven't gone through the rewards queue in like a day, so I should probably double check that to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. Give me one moment. I'll show you here. This is what you get, basically on my end. I did complete this. You get this big anything you've made. The ones that are pre-made, the Twitch pre-made ones, they don't pop up here. But late D6. I mean maybe. I'll actually keep that one. Doggy says don't let cats near your face. You should totally kill these dudes. I did, so we'll mark that one as complete. And I haven't let any cats near my face at all recently. This is a little look behind the scenes. So as you can see here, I've never bothered clearing out these, so I actually have a tally of butts and clone butts and me butts. You can see it's no. Next time I'm taking those points. That was the only thing I think I mentioned. Ooh, wait, I just got a notification. Oh, thank you very much, clone. Oh wow, okay, hang on. I need to find which is the one. Which is the one? There we go. The only emote that matters. Freaking! Thank you very much for the gifts, clone. That's very kind of you. 2 pants. Pants is another streamer, a very cool dude. I've actually only watched him once or twice, but he seems like a pretty cool guy. And Clone, I know his emotes off by heart because Clone is very generous in his usage of them. I would say they're all pretty good. I would say they get a pretty quality set of emotes. Although I actually have, I'm at that point with emotes at the moment where I just kind of have too many. And it's very hard to actually sort through them and know what's what and what I should use when. But yeah, let's get the game on the roll. So let's bop that and bring this back in. Ooh, Lord. That does remind me, I did change them. I'll turn the hood back on because I'm pretty bad without the hood, I've noticed. So we were trying, for the love of God. I don't know if I'm gonna try and keep the armor on for a little bit, but this roll here, oh, terrible. Not gonna last very long, I don't think, with this active. I'll try and keep it on for a few fights. If we die, I'm not blaming the hood. I can't what I'm saying is without the hood, I will fuck up and die. There's the problem. There's where the problems lie. What else have I been doing? Oh, I have a proper... You've probably heard me say that I've had a couple interviews recently, but now I have what I'm assuming would be the final interview, but like a full-on proper in-person evening of... I think they called it a afternoon of interviews sometime in the next 2 weeks. Pretty much gave them the entirety of next week to book me for whenever, so obviously I won't be streaming whatever day that is. Because I will probably be there. Basically have to go to their office, and from what I've read online, they do like a 3-hour set of interviews, which, oh, Jesus. Like, come on. That's a lot of interview, man. Oh Lord. Okay. Something. Yeah. That's what I was saying with Clone Sting. It actually seems to give a gift remote out now. I have a feeling that it doesn't give it to whoever's currently, actually streaming, which kind of sucks for me anyway. Ooh, let's head on down here. Ooh, wrong way. Yeah, this roll is absolutely the worst. But yeah, I got that interview. I'm gonna have a chat with your man. Okay, we'll be a naked Eggstein for now. And have a chat with the dude about, what's entailed for the interview, and presumably he'll be giving us some tips on how to approach it, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully it'll go good, and then I will have infinite money with which to spend on things to stream, which I then won't have the time to stream with, which is a wonderful set of things. Other news, I've been playing. I got Beat Saber for Oculus for the Quest, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. And I added a million custom songs, even though technically the Quest version of it, so the standalone version on the Quest, doesn't actually support custom songs, but people modded it in. Like, they removed it in the most recent update, and then people added it back in within like a day or two. It's flabbergasting? Yeah, let's go with flabbergasting. Oh, heck. Their hits stagger for so long, it's so easy to die to just a full combo from them. But yeah, they added it back in within a day. But it took a few steps. Worse still, because I don't have a PC version of the game, I don't know if I could stream it at all, ever. It kind of sucks, because I've been really enjoying the game. But that still remains to be seen. There's I might dive into the Oculus SDK, because I found a tool that lets me... There's a tool they have called a mixed reality thing, but basically it's, you set up a camera like the camera I have there, and you set up your headset somewhere over there, And then you put in some points of data. It tracks where those points are and then gives you a in-world camera perspective of you in the game or something like that. But it's like a fixed camera sitting in the game world, so it's not really representative of what I'd be seeing in the visor, which is kind of not useful for my purposes. Ooh, okay. I wanna have a quick run around this lad and have a look at him. If you can't tell, he's basically just a pile of corpses. It is a pile of corpses that spoots out a spear. You might remember when we were playing Dead Cells, I was wondering what the enemy was in Dark Souls. There's a little blob in Dead Cells, a little orange blob that does that little spear jutting out of its mouth. Ooh, ouch! I'm taking a good few hits here, but I want to show this enemy in Dead Cells that spits a spear out of its mouth just like that at you. And I was really curious. I was hoping I'd see who it was in this game, and yeah, it's pretty clearly an homage to this enemy right here. The massive souls or something. I can't remember what the official name is. There is a proper name to them. They're kind of spooky. They spawn those skeletons, but if you can get the drop on them, you're actually pretty fine. And as long as you walk away whenever the skeleton go off. The real problem is the other dudes in the room. What do you call them? Dark rates. The other dark rates are the real problem. Ooh. Of which there should be one coming at me. There he is. Hey, Chovy, how you doing? Oh, also for B, yeah, you were saying that about that. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. I'm guessing it's only dubbed though. But I'm not too fussed about the subject matter of an anime if the anime itself is good. Like, I started watching Haikyuu recently, and it seems interesting enough. It's the one about volleyball, but it seems interesting enough. Might give it another look another day. Main problem is when I sat down to watch it with Carolina, and I was just beat, so I just fell asleep in the middle of it. So I have no idea what actually was happening. To go back and give it another look a day when I actually have energy. Jumping back on VR, I'm getting a lot of exercise out of it, which is very handy and puts me in a pretty good mood, which I'm more than happy to have. Everything's sore. My legs, only today, my legs have stopped being sore from I really got into it one day last week for like 3 hours straight, and my legs were sore for basically every day since. And I am quite out of shape, so that's why it took so long to recover. Ooh, very large ember, very nice. But now that I've recovered, I got Beat Saber, and now my arms hurt, so great. Ember required for weapon ascension, funded by the blacksmiths of Astora. Yeah, nothing interesting to that. I don't think. Oh, there is a way over there. Is there? Is that? Hang on. Oh, I never realized that before. Hold on a tick. Let me run back down. I never realized how this level fits together in this way. How did I lose health for that jump? Come on. The wee babby jump. Wee babby fall. Don't punish me for that. Alright, this is an elevator. Oh, right, great. It was an elevator, surely. This elevator, I think, leads you back up the ways. Closer to the start of the level. Yeah, right here. And out here this way. Now, oh fudge. I'd really appreciate if I could have not aggroed all these ghosts, but I don't think that's an option anymore. Might go down here, see if the ladder's still here. Okay, I wanna have a look at something. This should be the way. Yeah, so we were just standing over there looking at the Screamy Baby, and this is... This is the third floor of this cathedral-y kind of bit. I actually never knew that before. Wonder, is there a safe way down from up here? Holy hell! That's a lot of ghosts. Sword Art Online, but Haikyuu is really good. That it's been like super highly recommended to me for quite a long time, which is why I ended up picking it up. Or not picking it up. It's on Netflix. I'm watching it on Netflix. I buy anime. I either find it for free streaming or I just don't watch it. Oh yeah, back to what I was talking about with VR. It's a real pain in the dick trying to stream from my particular headset the games from it, because I can get a copy of the screen, but it's like all warped and stuff, and I don't think I'd stream it if it was not visually good. And it'd be a really weird resolution to boot. We're back where we want to be now. It's a really weird resolution to boot as well, which kinda sucks. If it's running on PC, it's no problem. You have a mirror of it on your screen, and I would just capture that mirror, and that would be pretty perfect. Yeah, normally you would enter this way after defeating this dark rate. You wouldn't enter the way I came, at least your first time going through the area. Ooh, hell. I'm just gonna... Ooh. Gotcha. You get the weird... I don't think it will... Oh, I don't know that it won't age well. It'll definitely get better versions very quickly, I think, but for getting something for right now, like, I know I'm getting into VR probably like a year too early. Rest in peace to anyone who got in 5 years ago. But it's good enough that I'm happy with it, and I don't think I'll have any regrets, and I'll probably pick up another headset. And honestly, Caroline has been super into it as well, so having two headsets won't necessarily be the end of the world either, because she's been using it a lot and has been really excited to use it a lot, which is pretty cool. She doesn't normally get that excited about most tech things. She's not as into it as I am, but she's very much digging it. At the cache, I think I'll get the Valve. My big problem with the Valve one... ooh. My big problem with the Valve one is the same problem I have with the HTC ones, and that is they require those external sensors that you have to set up throughout your room. And I just can't justify that. You're also tethered to a PC, which for some games is a really bad thing, because in my current situation, with everything taken into account of my current situation, this current room I'm in, that is quite small, my PC being pretty good but not like super top of the line, my the fact that I want to show it to other people, the Quest pretty much suited that to a T. Now, in a year or two's time, there's a fair chance I might end up buying another headset, and I'd probably be pretty happy with that. I mean, this is assuming my financial situation's good as well. I mean, I wouldn't be buying it if I didn't have a job in a year's time. I would not be buying another one for sure. But in a year's time, if I'm financially good and we got our own place, then I'd be more than happy to shell out for maybe not a Valve Index, maybe wait for like the next generation of them. But whatever comes out in that next generation of them, I'll probably be pretty happy to pick up another one. And then I'd still have the Quest as its own standalone piece of kit. Little worse, but still perfectly usable and good. Sorry, Chovy. I went on. Sorry for basically everyone in chat. I kind of went on a solo rant there for a bit. You see what's in the interview? Why do you think I deserve a job? Fucking. Is that what you're going for? Should I get the fursuit and everything? Just go full ham. Just go full ham with it. Oh, hey, we're back out. Yeah, oh, yeah, we're back at the front of the Valley of Drakes. Oh shit, did I drop down somewhere? I didn't. I'm good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Jovi. If you can't tell, if you can't tell, I'm in a good mood today. Super. Well, actually, with the troubles I've been having trying to get screen capture on the Quest, not perfect, but otherwise pretty damn good. Time to reach, man. I just can't justify it right now, with all the expenses and Christmas and everything. I don't think I can justify the money for Reach. Because it's what, it's 30 or 40 quid for the Master Chief Collection, and then another 10 quid on top of that for Reach. And as much as I want it, and as much as I want it, I can't justify it. And I'd mostly be wanting to stream it and play it with people on stream, or hell, even off stream actually. My schedule's pretty fucking full as it stands. Reach is in the empty. I thought it was separate, because I was looking at the store page. I was looking at the store page earlier, and it said it was like Master Chief Collection, and then it was Reach 10 quid as like an add-on or a DLC. Oh, you can just get Reach. Oh, that's different. Okay, for 10 quid, Reach is totally worth it. There's a good chance I might pick that up. Oh shit, the spear. Though, yeah, the spear's long. The spear is very long. For 10 quid, I could totally pick that up. I wouldn't be that averse to it then. Let's trigger these guys. Oh, I forgot about the ghosts. I wonder, I was just noticing. Shit. Okay. No, for a second there I thought the parts of this mass of corpses were moving independently, but no, they're not. They're moving just with the model. I thought they might have been animated individually as well, which would be a pretty sick detail. Sir, please stop sticking your big long stick in my face. I've had just about enough. Any... there's a chest over here. I don't think... Yeah, not a mimic. Not a mimic, so we're good here. Titan Knight chunk. And then I think, if I remember correctly, there's a Dark Wraith waiting to gank us here. Ooh, heck. Yeah, there's no way we're actually going into the Four Kings now. Motherfucker. You know what, that's fine. I needed to die and respawn anyway. And I'm gonna need to put on the Ring of Artorias anyway, as well. I think, damage-wise, I think we're a little under the bar, but I think we should be able to take on the Kings. The Four Kings is kind of a DPS check of a boss, because contrary to the name, you don't just have to beat 4 of them. You have to beat 4 of them worth of health, but they actually just keep spawning, and they spawn, I believe, on a set timer. So if you're slow, if your damage isn't good, they will spawn in more and more and more of them. And once you have 2 in the fight, it makes it a lot harder, as we've seen with multi-boss fights. The difficulty goes up exponentially, and as the second 3 come in, you're done. You're dead. Not that you couldn't bring it back if you're some man of God, but just... Oh! I never turned on. Hang on a second. To illustrate my point... There? God, I'm so bad at figuring out where to point. Dark Souls map viewer... There we go. There we go. As illustrated by that counter. I'm not that much of a god gamer. Hey Tind, how you doing this evening? Rebel Tind. Is that your... You could... That's actually not a bad username now that I'm thinking about it. Rebel Tind. Yeah, anyway. I put Pepsi in a Coke glass with ice cubes. Holy shit. You truly deserve the title. I was gonna say zero. This was pretty sus. Yes, is a little untrue. Also, I did die a few times off stream when I was putting together this ensemble, so the counter's a little higher than it was before, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Ooh, not a good heal. Probably shouldn't have bothered with that. Right, now for the real way to take on the four kings. You run past this guy. You ignore this room entirely full of ghosts. Ignore him too, apparently. And I think he has a friend. Yeah, you get his friend over here, you then ignore him. Is that 4? Am I crazy? Is that 4? Was that 4 of them? I got nothing for that. I wasn't expecting, especially they did a very what would you call it? They were like a barbershop quartet. They stuck out their swords like one after the other, like it was actually quite nice looking in a weird way. I might actually, you know what? I'm gonna make use of a feature I have never once made use of on all my time in Twitch, and that is I'm actually going to add a stream marker at that point because I want to go back. I want to see if that was as like nicely clean as it looked. Barber shop. There we go. Hopefully, I'd never used that feature before. Hopefully, it works without issue. Kinda did a mistake in Sekiro. Didn't get any of the tools until I had stabbed the giant snake in the eye with beating the horseback boss. And the blazing bull is, I mean, it's doable. It's a little harder, but it's perfectly doable. It's not the worst mistake. Also, can't you... You can teleport in Sekiro from the get-go, can't you? But I'm guessing it was a little harder for you than it should have been. Maybe, perhaps a tad. Hey, Molly, how you doing? Okay. Oh, yeah, straight back onto the topic of VR, because I'm probably going to be jumping back and forth on that topic pretty much constantly for the rest of my life. I have one game I have yet to play called Lone Echo, which is apparently a pretty good game. If there's any interest in seeing that, I could do that at some point. Okay, 1 Dark Wraith, 2 Dark Wraiths, 3 Dark Wraiths. Ah, that's where okay, I know where the 4th one came from now. So yeah, this is the normal run to the 4 Kings. I'm actually going to go back and grab my souls here anyway, just to lose them to the 4 Kings in a moment. Once you get through this door, you can still get stabbed by plenty of people there, and they can actually knock you off, and I don't want to get knocked off right now. Okay, no, they've let up, Alright, so... I was thinking a bit about this offline one evening, and I believe... Or was I saying this on stream? I think I was saying this on stream. I think for the Covenant of Artorias, it is fairly well signposted if you have a decent memory. But you have to wear this for this fight. If you don't... Actually, well, I showed off. Some people may not have ever seen this, so I'm actually going to show it off for the fun of it. If you jump... well... This is where the boss fight begins. You jump in, you go in here, and you walk. You go down these steps. You keep going down these steps, and it seems to feel like it's kind of repeating itself actually very quickly, but it does eventually terminate right here. The only thing to do is jump into the abyss. If you don't have the ring on at that point, you die straight away. Now, there's something I wasn't expecting a just straight up you died thing there, because I thought something else happened, but oh, you know what it might be? I think I might know what it is. I think I might know what it is. I think you're supposed to jump down. I think you're supposed to jump down and then take off the ring. What do you mean teleport? Like from bonfire to bonfire? Yeah, in Sekiro, from lantern to lantern, I think, or shrine. They're like little butter shrines, aren't they? Can't you teleport in that game? I actually can't remember, because it's been a while since I played it. Well, it's been since it came out since I played it. But I've played so much since then, and I've done so many things since then, I've completely forgotten. Also, you love us like you got the job study. Hey, congratulations, Molly. I was saying it a bit earlier in the stream. I've gotten my full, proper, actual interview for the job. I've been doing like a couple of interviews and written exercise for over the past, it feels like over a month at this stage. But I got my interview for that sometime in the next week as well. So hopefully that turns out good. But I'm glad you got yours. I'm glad you got yours too. Hopefully, good news for everyone, etc., etc. You can travel between sections. Okay. Seen an open spot to deliver newspaper. Seems to be a better job than what I've had. There are jobs. I worked, as I'm sure you've heard me say it 1,000 times. I worked selling fruit and veg to shops, delivering, setting up their shelves, all that kind of stuff for years with my father. It's because that was his business, right? And it paid. Okay, it didn't really pay that well, but my dad did make good money out of it. And I could have inherited if I wanted, but even though it would have been good money, I just could not for the life of me justify it, because there are some jobs like that no matter how much they pay, they are mind-numbingly boring. And I just couldn't handle that for the life of me. That's a bigger issue than pay in most instances for me. I also may have just ripped my trousers, but that's a problem for future me. Okay, so if you have the ring on, you jump down and you end up here. I thought this would happen anyway, and you end up in the abyss. Now, if I take the ring off, you get this special animation where you get sucked in and you get, oh, it does say you died. Ah, I could have sworn it said swallowed by the abyss. Oh, it does. There we go. You were taken by the abyss. So if you jump down and for some reason you take off the ring, you get that special little message, which I think is pretty neat. And fitting, because our character fully intends to be on the abyss's side and be all about that dankness. For all three games, pretty much. For all three games, I intend to go in. Actually, I don't think there's not multiple endings in Dark Souls 2, is there? I don't think there is, actually. You definitely don't get any choice in Dark Souls 2. You do for sure in Dark Souls 3. You get, there's light the fire, douse the fire, take the fire, and the Lord of Hollows, I think, in Dark Souls 3. There's those 4 endings, and then there's the, I suppose, unofficial 5th ending where you beat Gale and you give the blood to you give the blood of the Dark Soul to the painter lady, and she paints a new world with that, which some believe to be kind of an ending to itself. One of my jobs was basically functioning as a robot on a line, making... give me 1 second. Just let me get to a safe spot before I try and pronounce that. Okay, you know what? I'm still not safe at that door. Ooh, do I want to risk risk it. My souls aren't here. I think I'd be safe from here. You can jump off from any height here. As long as you have the ring on, you're good. There we go. Yeah, no, we made it. If you can fall and land on one of those ledges and straight die. That is also an option there. Smorgastarta. Where is he? Alright, so this is a pretty disorienting fight, as you're just in a sea of darkness. Oh, I never healed. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. I was so concerned with finding the spot to jump down, I forgot to heal myself. Oh, that's a bit silly. Smorgastarta. And I know that's a I know I'm probably butchering that because I can see there's a lot of symbols that mean pronunciation. I was making s'mores now, taking some bread, filling them, more bread, more filling, more bread, one more filling, and one more bread. On the next fast. That for 8 hours a day. That does sound like a very automatable process. Why wasn't it automated? Was it a small bakery you were working for, I'm guessing? Or is Smorgastarta is what you were making, which involved bread, layering, bread, filling, bread. That's a whole lot of bread, dude. 8 hours a day, 30 minutes for lunch, and 2 pieces of 10-minute breaks. And for 5 hours, I spent my time counting how many cakes I'd need to do, how many batches, so on. And it was a season thing. That's those kind of jobs are exactly that kind of mind-numbing, where you will literally just count something to make the time pass. Oh, son of a bitch! What is wrong with my roll for getting past that? Like, I get the second one. I get the second one every time, no problem. Doesn't pop, but very much depends. Some people are, plenty of employers are still like batshit insane about, you know, people enjoying their time while they work. Like, that's literally it. Like, it's like, oh, you can't do anything that you might find enjoyable while you're working. And it's like, but it literally makes, like, for podcasts, like, you're not spending any energy, you're not spending any mental capacity on the job at hand. It's enough, like, it's not taking any of my capacity. Ooh, okay. It's so hard. Oh lord. That's not a lot of damage. Gotcha. I don't quite remember this fight, so apart from obviously the 4 kings, I actually can't remember any of their moveset. Not to mention just switching over to a lance at the last second. Not the finest idea, given I've 0 practice with it this entire run. There's the second one. We're not finished with the first one, that's pretty bad. Thankfully they do tend to give you space. Okay, that's about a quarter of a health bar there. Where's the second one? There we go. Thank you. Wait, is that the third one? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's way too quick. Oh, fuck. Got grabbed. I seen it coming. I didn't know how to dodge out of it. But I think this attack specifically deals damage, but it actually, if you have humanity on you, I think it also sucks that out. Because that's the shtick with these lads. Why they became the Lost Kings is they were taught by Darkseeker Cath the art of basically stealing humanity, soul sucking, for lack of a better word. This is not a very clean fight at all. Yeah, 3 of them up. I don't know that my damage is enough to handle these boys right now, which is kind of spooky because I didn't think my damage was bad. Still, I think if we hug them, I think we should be able to still take them one at a time. It's very rarely that they seem to intervene there. But yeah, they humanity suck you. Not in a good way either. Had to wear a hairnet. Couldn't even take my phone to the hall. 4-degree room. Is a large bakery like one of the largest in Finland to produce ready things. You can drive and let us know. So you drive, and that's more threatening. Do your symptoms alive than that? Yeah, which I kind of have my issues with that. It kind of seems crazy to me that being on your phone is considered illegal, right? But chatting with someone while you're driving, recording your drive while you're driving, listening to music and stuff like that, none of that's considered as distracting as a phone call. Because as far as I'm concerned, the distracting part of a phone call isn't the hand to the face. The distracting part of a phone call is that you're talking to someone. I don't think having 2 hands on the steering wheel makes a huge difference. Huge difference in terms of your reactions. I think it's the talking to people that's actually the dangerous part. I know... Nah, that's not a story I want to get into, actually. Never mind. I'm still gonna get flashbacks to the line whenever I smell the filling. Oh, Lord. Is that... it sounds like it's a dessert, but I'm not sure. Is it a dessert? I suppose if it's a bakery, it would be dessert-y, right? Ooh, safe. Okay. Where's my... There we go. Yeah, look how large this place is. You can't see anything, but it is an actual physical large room. There's his... That's the full animation for his soul suck attack. Okay, I think I remember this now. I think you can actually get around a very large amount of their attacks by just kind of walking. Ooh, spooky. Thrust, I could probably walk around them, to be honest. I never picked up my souls, did I? No, I did not. There we go. That's one. May as well grab the souls. Oh! Okay, I really need to learn the timing on that. My bad. Couldn't even take a phone there. Told to leave her phone in the barracks. To a barracks. Was there like some kind of safety or health and safety concern having your phone near the food, that you drop your phone in the food or some fucking thing? But I'm guessing it wasn't. I'm guessing it was literally just crazy employer, basically, is what I'm guessing. And for Pringles, the Pringles hunger. What the fuck's a Pringles hunger hammer? That is not a thing that exists in Ireland. At least not that I've seen advertised. It's a salty snack. Oh, okay. Totally smuggling this mirror that can fit under my fishnet head thing. Someone yelled at you, might not have heard it. That, yeah. Oh, that must be actually that must be pretty bad for your ears, Tinned, as well. If it's that loud, that kind of sustained high noise level is pretty detrimental. If you experience any hearing difficulties, maybe get it checked. Not that there's a whole lot you can do. Why do I roll so quickly? So it's not quickly. Quickly is not the right word. I roll so early. There we go. That is the right word. I roll so early every time, and then the second dude, I'm like, oh, whatever. Doesn't even bother me with him. Hey, false positive. Is your character naked? I am wearing gloves at the very least, so we've got some modesty. Don't worry. But yeah, pretty much naked. I wanna actually double check. I'm at 7, 14, 21, 28. I got like 0.4. I like 0.4 extra weight I can add. I don't think there's anything that gives me more defense than these gloves do, but I got it if I need it. Oh heck, that's not where I meant to drop, but yeah, you know what, it'll do. Alright, run for the souls again. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with getting these souls. It's like 12,000, it's nothing. Well, you know what, it's vaguely close to the spawn point, so. I wonder, is this an actual... Oh, still don't have that down. I wonder, is this an actual room? This might take a few tries. I was kind of expecting this to be easy, but my damage is not good enough to really make it easy. Is there anything... This is currently a +3. Can I get it to +4 by chance? I'm guessing no. Yeah, we need two Demon Titanite. I could go get 2 Demon Titanite, actually. Not too hard. Oh, okay. Very hard. Taking on Titanite demons is never easy. But I could do that. Oh, actually, you know, there was another thing or two I wanted to show. I noticed when I was running around offline, I actually found. Give me a break from dying at the start of the stream. I don't want to repeat the Ornstein and Smough thing where I just got disheartened and gave up. Gave up fairly quickly. I'll have a quick run around. There's actually, when you last met, what's his name? When you last met Sigmire, he said he was on his way down below. And actually, when I was running around offline, I actually found him. I didn't think he appeared until Lost Izalith, but he actually does appear at the bottom of Blighttown. And if I run out here, we'll actually meet him. His character isn't naked, he's buttered. He's more... I want to say salted. He's more like kind of a jerky texture going on right now. He's nowhere near buttery, unless we're talking like a Philadelphia spread here. He's got a kind of a, maybe like a Philadelphia with some red onion in it going on. But I wouldn't say buttered. I wouldn't go that far. And hearing, yeah, hearing protection. Well, actually, yeah, having ear mods would have actually been better. Overalls, extra clothes. Basically made of mayonnaise. Oh, good God. I could not work in food for sure. I know that for sure. There's a couple of reasons. One, when I'm making food in any way, shape, or form, if I make a mistake, I become like hugely irrationally angry. Like I completely lose the plot of it. I really don't understand why, but I do. I completely lose my head. And I don't even have to be like hungry. It's not like hunger anger. It's just making a mistake when I'm cooking pisses me off to no end. Two, I've been in enough restaurant kitchens to know that they are a pretty crazy environment. Like they're a pretty heated environment, as well as also being just generally really hot. Like uncomfortably warm at all times, and everyone smokes in restaurants. I couldn't stand either of those three things. I know a few friends who worked in bakeries and stuff like that who've had health issues due to breathing in flour and stuff like that over time, so that's another big issue. Yeah, Sigmar having a snooze in this idyllic location, I guess.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've made it this far, but I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
I'm glad I caught him there, because I think the quest line would have ended if he didn't get those.
Expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this, a symbol of my appreciation.
Oh, hey, Pierce Shield.
Our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
Gwyn's not that. Nah. New corporate mind of physical worker management is basically you don't trust a person with anything. They have to have hearing, eye protection, hard boots, protection clothing, just because there is one person on the job that uses a hammer. So they don't sue, and the company has no legal problems.
The poison swamp. I quicksand in there.
That's
Poison swamp. I quicksand.
it's actually not the worst idea when I think about it a bit more, but I don't know, I suppose I don't really know what the environment was like that Tin was working in. It might have been perfectly fine to listen to stuff. Or maybe there were dangerous machines or things to be worried about. I suppose given you're talking about there being loud noise and stuff, I guess there might have been dangerous machines around, in which case you really do need proper hearing, although you would also need hearing protection, which would make you basically deaf anyway, so actually not that big of a difference. But anyway, I do get it to a degree, but I probably pretty highly doubt that it's for that reason that Tin was not allowed. The person working on a forklift is a large automotive productive. Wear steel-toed boots above the ankle, eye protection helmet, and obviously a reflective jacket. Right about the boots and eye protection in a cab on a forklift is way too much. But you would be the reason for the shoe protection is even if you're working on a forklift all day, there are times when you will need to get out, and when you are getting out, you are in a work environment with lots of heavy shit going on, presumably. I'm not saying I don't know his environment actually, so he might not actually be in any danger and need steel-toed boots, but I would say he probably would need them. I would imagine that if you're working with a forklift, you would want it. Like, if you're working on a forklift, there are times where you're going to need to get out and you're going to need to adjust something. Maybe you're bringing something around and something falls off the forklift. It happens. That's one reason why it would make sense to have steel-toed boots on. And eye protection too. Antidote, let him die. No! Non-relevant, hard hat, reflective, steel-toed boots, eye protection, and hearing protection. Yeah. Steel-toed boots are a must, but they got those half-calf mustard boots. Are you saying he didn't get steel-toe boots? Oh, I suppose maybe the above the ankle might be a bit much. No, I know that you wouldn't get steel-toed boots that'd be below the ankle, would you? You wouldn't really. What's wrong with the word? Oh, antitoad. The antitoad. It's for when you really gotta get Toad from Mario out of your freaking way. Hello. Just a moment, folks. I'll be back in a second. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. Ba-ba-ba-ba. You need to be so high. I'm guessing you're talking like calf length. Like ridiculous then. Because above the ankle would be, to me, above the ankle. Okay, I can't lift up my foot that high. But let's say this is the ankle. The above the ankle ones to be like here. Okay. So the above the ankle ones would be around here, right? But you're talking about ones that go down to like here or up to like there. Thank you very much. I couldn't wear anything like that. I can barely wear, like, I can't wear long sleeved things. If I get a shirt and it's got long sleeves, they're like rolled up within minutes. I cannot handle it for the life of me. And honestly, right now I'd probably rather be wearing shorts. Okay, we talked to him. Let's try something spooky. I like TOS banned. I wouldn't put it past Twitch. I wouldn't put it past. Due to the ankle support. I don't like ankle support at all. I've tried those like longer boots and it really bothers me having my ankle that supported, I guess. You know? Oh, okay, hang on. Whoops. There we go, okay. It didn't, oh shit, it didn't kill them. Okay, what I want to do, I'm gonna perform a series of actions here. Ball control. Then I think I need to unequip this. Fuck it. Oh, he got me. Okay, this is a little spookier than I expected. How about this? Okay. I would actually, for once, I would appreciate if he jumped. That worked out. Gotcha. Okay. Give me the Demon Titan Ash, please. Nice. Okay, let's go get the other ones. So we'll get a couple of these. This is the best place for Demon Titan game. We're gonna upgrade our spear, and then we'll give the lads another shot. This dude's surprisingly... Ouch. Nah, I should have seen that coming. Oh, he's dead. Nice. Very nice. Alright, so that's one upgrade. Oh, the scythe is here. I never even realized that. And a Soul of Brave Warrior. I don't think I've ever used a scythe before. Or that, well, the quote-unquote scythe. I don't think that's really that much of a scythe, but... I mean, is this a scythe? This looks more like a... I don't know what you'd call this. A falchion? A halberd? It's like an executioner's axe kind of thing, not really a scythe. I missed... Oh wait, what messages did I miss? Antitoad. Antitoad. Those below the... I need to be so high. You said, oh, you said hello to K. I did miss that. Had the half calf, they're comfy, they're like Mega Mountain boots with steel toes, but they provide everything, so it's good. Ankle support. Yeah, I was saying I don't like that. If you're working in a not flat environment, yes, but it's a goddamn... Wait, what do you mean my magazine? Magazine? You mean like a factory? We had to walk around in regular boots because of all the water and mayo on the floor. Oh, I did miss that. You're either in a flat surface or you're in a forklift. Probably, yeah, probably a bit overkill then. Still want steel toes. Still want steel toes, but maybe not calf length. Okay, I think that was... long sleeve boots with a hoodie. What? Okay. It's a, yeah, it is a half. I figured. Oh, okay, apparently he hit me twice. That's cool. If we had the rusted iron ring, this would be a lot easier. Oh shit, the other one's aggroed. Ooh. Okay, we're good. You know, maybe call it off for a second. Heal up. Play it safe. No reason to go ham on him. Oh wow, hey, hang on. This dude's a lot more resistant. This dude's got way more health. Are these dudes chunkier? I guess. Ooh. Mate streaming Neo right now. Kind of want to pop by, or was he on for like 5 seconds? I had a few of my friends do that before. They were like, they like did a test stream but they actually went live, and so I got a notification. I was like, oh hey, cool. My friends popped online, and I jumped in chat, and there was just nothing there. Like nothing happened. They'd literally just gone online for like a second. I was like, god damn it. All right. You would so kindly just pop this way. If you jump, maybe? Thank you. Bad roll. Pretty bad roll. Are those ones just, like, tankier than the last ones, or... Am I imagining it? Oh, I've also lost a whole load of souls now. Whatever. I need 5,000 in order to upgrade the spear. I think one of these will do. I think these are 4,000 apiece? 5,000, nice, okay. I don't think they count toward the egg either. I don't think they're halved by the egg, which is handy. Alright. +4, that's a... Oh man, the +5 is a pretty big increase. Oh, he was doing this... Oh, I missed it, damn it. Got it. Can I get an angle on this? There we go. He's even got his arms in place like he's holding his leg up. Having a nice stretch. Good lad. She's offline, but she was streaming. Ah, I see. Where? I guess give the four kings another shot. If I died to them a few too many times, we might do the Tomb of Giants first then, or at least not the Tomb of Giants, rather the... What's the name of the area before the Tomb of Giants? That like chasm canyon kind of area. If I die, I give it 2 or 3 more tries. If I get frustrated, I'll go and do the other area. It's a nice head. I kind of like the small egg version better than I like the big egg version of the Parasite. When it's big, it looks kind of ridiculous. Here, it's kind of... I don't know, there's something more pleasing about it. Aesthetically. As pleasing as it can be aesthetically. the slight pleasure I take in looking at that very much reminds me of something from... I want to say, I think... Prey, but not Prey that came out in 2016. The original Prey. Why they reused that name was really weird. But the original play where you're playing as like a Native American and you've been abducted by aliens and all this kind of stuff. Ooh, we never rested at the bonfire, so we don't have the 10 Estus flasks. That is unfortunate. An unfortunate... What's the word? Unfortunate handicap for this fight. I'm used to doing this fight with the 10. I know I say I don't use Kindle a lot, but when Firelink is there, may as well. Should be safe. We're good. Yeah. I know what I said. Alright. Typical forking start. Run around until you see a flash. There you bollocks. It's a relative preference. Relative to the other version of the egghead, this is more visually pleasing. Back up. About 2 rolls should do that. Oh, don't wait. Excuse me? You don't get to run away from me. Only I get to run away from me. My own issues. I seen it a second too late. I'm actually not sure how you dodge that when from close. Is it the kind of thing where you just need to run away? I thought that was going the other direction. That's one thing that's really hard to position in this fight. Those weird... that projectile there. I don't know if other people have this problem, but I really do have a problem figuring out how far away from me it is. It's really difficult. Something about the design of it makes it impossible to position in like a 3D space. Which would be a problem solved if this whole game was... if I played this game in VR. That's actually a reason to play the game in VR. That's a legitimate reason to actually play this game in VR. I would actually be able to tell distance properly. I'm not doing it though. As far as I can tell, the only thing that will let you play games like this in VR is that, so far that I've seen anyway, is that Vorpex. You know, maybe I'll have a look. Maybe I'll have a look. See if there's anything that isn't that stupid Vorpex... Vorpex, was it called? Yeah, Vorpex client, which leaves a paid product. A £30 paid product that has a watermark, a permanent watermark on your recorded output. Like, what the fudge is that? How can you justify that? Sorry, that bothered me. Oh, for God, Lord, that's I remember that. That's me calling Link's drowning cute. What can I say? It's a cute animation. Look, I don't make the rules on what I find adorable. If it was a real child drowning, I probably wouldn't find it cute. But in a video game, sure, why not? It's not exactly realistic looking. It looks like a toy sold, like a little toy. It's free marketing. I mean, I would argue it's a mark against you, because I was kind of interested in that software, even though even as a bit of paid software, and I'm not, you know, in a position where I can go throwing money around. I was looking at, I was like, that lets me play some games that I do want to play in VR. Old games like Metroid, that would allow me to do that, which is cool as shit. but the watermark literally made me go, no, not happening, never happening. What the shit? Why would you? What kind of thing is that? Like, that's immediately taken it out of consideration. There's nothing that product does that would change my mind about that. You know, that wasn't a good start. I'm doing a little bit more damage. I'm a little bit happier with this now. Feel a little bit better with a bit more, one extra upgrade on the spear. Come on, stamina management, baby. Let's go. Gotcha, just in time. I literally couldn't see where he was or what he was doing. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes with this fight. That's the problem. If you don't have really good damage, they're pretty generous about staying back, but not all the time. And that was one of those times where the AI just decided, nah, I'm just gonna come in and fuck your day up now. Probably because I'd just about beaten the other dude. He probably bumped straight in. One more level of spear and I think I'd be a-okay. I don't think my damage is ever going to be like really good with this weapon, but it should be good enough. It should be good enough. One problem with any weapon in this game that has, like this does, it's got technically good base damage, 353, like that's really good damage, but half of it is physical and half of it is lightning, which means half of it is going against the enemy's physical defense and half of it is going against the enemy's lightning defense. And if the enemy isn't weak to lightning, you're basically, for no good reason, going up against having two separate numbers be reduced by two separate things, which is worse than having one number being reduced by one amount. I think it's a flat deduction in this game. I'm not actually 100% sure, but I think it is a flat deduction of their lightning resist, your attack minus their lightning resist, and your lightning attack minus their lightning resist, your physical attack minus their lightning resist, so on and so forth. Whew. You can't be on Twitch without realizing, without accepting. Occasionally you're going to be quoted out of context. That's how it works. That's why we have there's a quote function built in just for such out of context quote making. If you ever need. Let's see. I think this should be right. Yeah, we're good. It's out of the context of the game. The game makes a big difference. Gotcha, okay. Sometimes they spawn in and it's actually really hard to see them. Like I have on more than one occasion just literally not been able to find a four king. One of the four king. Ouch. Yeah. It was a little spooky. Ooh, hello. Alright, he's probably gonna launch projectile. Yeah, there you see he zoomed in because the fight is now free and clear. This is a risky heal. Fun fact, if you have really high damage against these guys, you can actually kill them in less than 4 kills. Because the final hits you land on them can go over the damage amount. Oh, you know, I'm actually gonna back. I was not expecting that. This seems doable to me. This actually seems pretty doable. If I just, you know, I'm a little better at it, I think it's pretty doable. You kidding me? No one quotes anything out of context. Hey, Sky, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. I have pioneered out of context quotes on Lulu's channel. Although to be fair, most of her quotes, even out of context, are still pretty. Even with the context, are still pretty bad. Such as, what was it? I will come over to your house and I will rub your butt. I think that was one of them. I think that was one of the more recent ones. Didn't need to be out of context. That one was pretty. That one was pretty straightforward, honestly. I'm doing pretty good, Sky. I've had a fine few days, and I have a job interview lined up.
Thank you.
Hey, Jesus! Oh, and I shouldn't be more excited in getting a gift sub. Thank you very much, Jesus. But I also got this, whatever this is. Oh, I see what it is. Is that supposed to be like a? Ooh, what's that? Kwanzaa. Is that supposed to be a Kwanzaa emote? I think that's a Kwanzaa emote. Because I think that isn't that hat like the green robe and the hat, isn't that Kwanzaa? Thank you very much, Jesus. This is very generous of you. Sky, enjoy your toast emotes. Mostly Gasm, let's face it, that's the best emote that I have. By a massive mile. Yeah, I seen you got a few people got that one. I'm very jealous of that one. That's the one I want. Is that an angry Santa? Is that the angry lady screaming at the cat? Did those two go together? Oh, the Santa and the bongo cat go together, I think. The fuck? 2020? Oh, raising a glass. Kid in a bed and a twig. Got it. And oh my lord, there's actually quite a few of them, isn't there? Oh no, that's someone else. That's someone's actual emotes. No, we're talking Tin. There's Twitch are giving away emotes again for gift subs in a channel. People in that channel watching also get free emotes. Still, I don't mind. Here's an interesting question. Something DJ I've seen. Y'all know DJ Darren, DJS2K8. He's tweeted about it a couple times recently, but he's had some issues with people being mad about using either his own emotes or someone else's emotes in another channel, and like he's been tweeting about it, complaining like people giving out to him or someone else maybe about using emotes that aren't that channel's emotes in that channel. And I'm like, does anyone else see not like can anyone else relate to that? Because hang on, let me state my position clearly. Use emotes all you want, I don't care where they came from. I don't see how you could justify anger in that situation, or giving out to someone in that situation. Like, that seems baffling to me. Like, it's one thing walking into someone else's channel and being like, hey guys, come check out my channel. Obviously that's not cool. But, you know, just using someone else's emotes is just using someone else's emotes. They're there to be used. It's what we pay our subs for, man. This is pretty spooky. I'm getting greedy. Oh. Okay, we're good. Okay. It's actually, all things said and done, this isn't a very fun fight. When it comes down to it, it's actually pretty boring as they go. That's another one bites the dust. Thankfully, it seems like when I'm close to them, they only hit me with the hilt of the weapon, and that for some reason does less damage. Let's take that moment to heal. Alright, there's the 5th king. Nice I get to show that off at least. Oh, that was close. My stamina was spooky low there. Get greedy. Take it nice and easy. Oh, interesting. See? 4 kings killed. Still alive. I bet if I wait a second here, we could actually get a 6th king to spawn. I don't know if I want to risk that, given my penchant for getting hit. There he is. Okay, let's end it. 6 kings, let's go. But yeah, if I didn't make it clear, Jesus, thank you very much. Thank you very, 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 very much. And for all the gift subs, man. You've been very generous. And for everyone. And for hanging out. Let's get soppy for a second. Thank you very much. Bequeath Lord Soldier. That's about as soppy as I can get. I'm done. And boom! There's the boy. Here's what all of this run, the weird route I was taking, was all for. To meet the one and only Darkstalker Cath.
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Cath. I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the 3 souls, but your progenitor found a 4th, unique soul, the Dark Soul.
The pygmy,
Your
if
ancestors
you're wondering.
claimed the Dark Souls and waited for fire to subside, and soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire, and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other serpent, Frapt, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the 4th Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark.
Everyone was lying to us this whole time? My goodness, I am shocked and appalled. So yeah, there's Darkstalker Cath. It's crazy to think. Darkstalker Cath comes out with basically all these I'm gonna say half-truths anyway. But all these things that you've never been told about your progenitor, and you know, the cowardice of Lord Gwyn, and the true fate of humanity, and ushering in the Age of Dark, and how the fires are, you know, linking the fires is trying to deny you your right, and all that stuff. And in order to learn what Darkstalker Cath says, you need to, one, get the Lord Vessel, beat Sif, and defeat the Forlings, and you need to never talk to, I'm not sure if it's never talk to, but you cannot let Frampt bring you to put the Lord Vessel down. I think that's the trigger for it, but I just didn't talk to Kingseeker Frampt at all. He's the one that's sitting in Firelink, and he's the one that is right in front of you. He is presented straight out the gate. He's like, bam, in your face, this is the path to go at. And if you do all this crazy convoluted stuff and for some reason never look at Frampt, you get this guy, who turns everything on its head, or so he says anyway. He, much like Kingseeker Frampt, is not really one to be trusted. None of the primordial serpents are to be trusted, I don't think. Not really. But we'll go with him anyway, because we don't have much choice otherwise.
I shall now guide you to Gwyn's.
It's the best part.
Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
Also, he lives in the abyss.
This is Gwyn's prison. Now, place the Lord Vessel upon the altar.
So I'm not going to do it, but there's a couple. You have a few fun options here. Actually, maybe not here. So one thing, he pops up from below here, whereas Kingseeker Frampt actually comes way up from the sky and down. He hangs upside down and lets you out. Just general choice. There is a third option when it comes to these dudes. That is to talk to neither of them and to, from where Kingseeker Frampt is, jump into the hole and head for the Lord Vessel yourself. And I think if you do that, both Darkstalker Kath and Kingseeker Frampt disappear, and I think Frampt calls you an idiot because you threw yourself into a pit. He's like, "What kind of fucking moron are you? You're not the chosen one. Fuck off!" And he just leaves. And I don't think Darkstalker Kath ever comes up as well, as a result. But now we finally, after already killing one of the four lords, we finally get to place the Lord Vessel. Which will unlock some new areas for us. DJ, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. I was actually just talking about you, DJ. I was talking about your tweet about the emotes being used in other channels thing that you were having an issue with. I'm not sure on the full details of it, but I was baffled that you had to say that. Those missions are pretty easy. Well, I mean, I personally wasn't paying enough attention to the story to really give a shit about it, to really notice I was being manipulated at all. It's really only... I didn't really get it the first time I played Dark Souls. I didn't realize you needed to read all the things. But if you start reading all the item descriptions, it does become clear that neither Kingseeker Frampt nor Darkstalker Kath are really giving you the full story at all. So we have now our new option, offer souls to the Lord Vessel. So we have our... from each of the lads... We don't actually get a soul from the four kings here, do we? Is it only... Yeah, we get this one, the Lord's Soul Shard from the four kings. Soul of one of the four kings who fell to dark, a fragment of a Lord's Soul discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Lord Gwyn recognized the foresight of these four great leaders of New Londo, granted them their ranks and a fragment of the Great Soul. Although this is not a full Lord Soul, it can still satiate the Lord Vessel. So those four kings were held in high regard at one point, but did fall. And I don't think I have any good item descriptions that tell you about the fall of them. I think you need the Dark Wraith's hand to get one of the good descriptions. I actually don't remember now at all. Also, why have I not been running this? Hang on. Oh wait, maybe I have. The best spell in the game. Oh yeah. I should be using this far more than I do. Let me just... You can't run, you can't roll. You can look stylish though. A nice blasted pillar.
Very well. Once the
And D-Cups, how you doing, dude?
vessel filled with
And he does eat poop. They all eat poop.
gate to Gwyn shall open.
And they like it, I think.
Seek Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls, then the gate will open. so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return to the abyss.
God damn it, not again.
Entrust thine flesh to me.
I was kind of hoping we'd still be a pillar there. I fucking love this animation, man. It's so great. It's so good. The first time that happens to you as well is such a trip. It's such a trip. Let's have another. I think does he function?
I shall grant the art
He does.
of life drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while undead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren. Undead warrior, to speak now is premature. It begins with your retrieval of the Lord Vessel.
Wait.
They failed, every last one of them. They were strong, but saw not the truth. I am certain that you will prove different.
Of course, I think there he's referring to the four kings. Oh, I gave them power, but they all failed me. Those fools. Ooh, is it Enter Covenant? Ah, it is. I do want to get Life Drain off him. So this is the Dark Wraith Covenant, isn't it? And that gives us a Dark Hand, yes. As for Covenant item, okay, so he sells cracked herbs. So he actually helps you with invading and stuff like that. I actually forgot entirely his role in that.
Farewell.
How good of a person he is, you can make up your mind after that. He doesn't do that's a shame. He doesn't do the eating thing that Framp does though. I'm curious if he has a he doesn't. Alright, there's the Dark Hand. That's the one I wanted to read. I think that's the one with the extra bit of lore on it, isn't it? Dark Wraiths incited by Kath use the power of the Dark Soul to absorb humanity, and are shared by this weapon, which also acts as a special shield. The ancients particularly could sap the humanity of even a replete saint in the blink of an eye. Oh, so he's not just talking about the four kings, he's talking about the Dark Wraiths. It's just the four kings were the strongest of the lot, I guess. Unfortunately, we fat roll with the catalyst out, which sucks. We should probably level up actually. I want. What's the one that increases our equip load? I do want to get a fair bit of equip load. If I can, I would love to be wearing full Ornstein armor right now. What happens? Oh, okay, we can take off the ring now. Even though we're still in the Abyss, we can take off the Covenant of Artorias. I wonder, is that just as long as you've beaten the dudes? I think it is. I think at this point it's served its purpose. The point has gotten across. This is the Abyss. Whatever. You can wear what you want now. 24. Yeah. Okay. Now we've got two pieces on. We're nearly at full cosplay now for Eggstein. Ooh. I'm more bummed out how the body is made. Why is his body made for upright position? How do you mean? Are you talking about the Darkstalker Kath, the way he looks in general? I think he looks great. I love the design on these guys. It's so weird. And the fact that he just kind of goes on forever. He's just like, there's no, you don't see any end to them. They're just this huge serpent that presumably their body goes down to the end of the world or some shit. I don't know. I love their design. I think it's wonderfully weird. He was looking at you like a chief hooker. Good lord. Imagine being just a regular sad guy like the Xantos thing. Just so basically like one of the snake men, but with this. Cappy, great news. You actually get to see that in Dark Souls 3. You don't get to see it exactly like that, but there are statues. There's statues in Dark Souls 3 of the primordial serpents, but they're on like a human body. So it's just this head on a normal sized human body on a human sized statue, and it looks fucking ridiculous. These dudes are pretty important characters. Like all things said, they only appear in this game, but they appear symbolically at least in Dark Souls 3 and are considered to have some what he's talking about there about the the Dark Lord and all that kind of stuff. That I believe is what goes on to form the religion founded around the Lord of Hollows in Dark Souls 3. I'm pretty sure that's where all that starts from, and I would say that's why there's statues to these guys around the place. They are actually part of that religion. They have positioned themselves to head that religion. Maybe they're long since dead. I don't exactly know how the primordial serpents work. I can't quite remember. But yeah, let's jump back to Firelink. Now that we've placed the Lord Vessel, I think Firelink Shrine's upgraded at this stage, which is pretty handy. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. I thought it was, but I was wrong. There's a point where the Firelink Shrine becomes massive, becomes huge because of... Is it? No, do you have to do it yourself? I actually can't remember. And King...
Sorry, fool. You could not be the chosen one. Enough. I shall slumber until I am awakened again.
Frampt, not impressed that we went with Kath. I wonder, does Kath take his place there? I don't think he does. I think Kath remains in the abyss and that hole remains open. And I think if we jump down that hole, we can still piss off Darkstalker Kath. Maybe we'll do that late in the game. Yeah, no, Kingseeker Frampt just tells you to F off now. And he disappears forever, which unfortunately means you can't use him for some features he has, which is, eating items for souls. Quite a handy thing to have, but without him you don't get it. Hello, crow. I don't think I ever stopped and pointed out the crow. This is the crow that grabs you at the start of the game. There's also this statue of the lady. Oops. That might trigger Darkstalker Kath to fuck off. Oh, I'm not sure. Let's find out. Oh, if he's gone, I'll be a little disappointed. I wanted to listen to some more. I wanted more of a few bits more of his dialogue.
I am your guardian. Go on.
No, okay, we're good. We're good. Freaking thank heck. Of course, yeah, and there's an entire covenant gated behind this guy who, as I said before, you have to go through a whole load of steps and specifically avoid what the game is trying to get you to do with Kingseeker Frampt to even get to meet this guy. It's crazy. Like, I would love to meet the person. I would absolutely love to meet the person who met Darkstalker Kath on their very first playthrough. That would actually be fascinating to me. How did they end up making those choices? Did they just never come back to Firelink Shrine? Was that it? I'm gonna eat some souls just so we can level up one more time here. Nom, 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 nom. Tasty. Yeah, just enough. Okay, perfect. What's the appearance difference between him and Frampt? I don't think there's any appearance difference. Maybe the eyes are a little redder on him, but I've never personally noticed. I didn't read your message before we ran at him there. If I had, I would have paid a bit more attention to it, but as far as I know, there's no real difference between the two of them. How much more weight do we need to be able to wear this? It'd be 36, so it'd be 36 times 4, which is 6, 12, 18, 24. We need 144. Oof. Okay, we'd need a rake of endurance to be able to wear Ornstein's armor. Could consider taking off the stamina regen. It doesn't actually make that much of a difference, though. 33, 369, 12. Yeah, 132. Oof. I don't think we're ever going to be able to do our full cosplay. Not in a sane world anyway. I don't think I thought he did. I thought he did care. Maybe it's just Framt that gives a shit about it. But yeah, sorry, Bird. I don't think we've seen anything to do with Velka yet in the game. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think we've seen any mention of Velka. But the popular idea is that this raven or crow or whatever it is a servant of Velka, and Velka is for whatever reason the one ferrying people from the undead asylum into the world. But why she would do that in the hopes of you linking the fire, I don't really know. The idea behind Velka is, while there's the lords, Lord Gwyn and all them, who gain their power from a soul, I believe Velka is supposed to be a real god. Like, or at least we never meet her, so we're never, and she's only ever talked of in descriptions and having a religion surrounding her. So it seems like she's supposed to be like a legit god. I never talked about the graveyard either. That's something I regret not talking about at the start of the game. This place is such an interesting addition to have directly beside the very start of the game. These guys, like, I'm not even one-shotting them now. These guys are spooky. When you first start the game, if you wander into this graveyard, you can't. You can, but they're a very tough fight. And it's a nice bit of it's kind of a nice way for the game to be like, you can go this way. The option's there. You're gonna get your ass handed to you, but the option is there. It's a soft barrier, and I really like that. I really like that in games when the world is still open to the player and it's still not a straightforward experience, but it's still clearly indicating if you're new to the game, you need to go the other way. Or, like me, you can be really stubborn and really fight your way through here, like really fight your way through here really early on, and get down to the next bonfire and then get stuck there for about a whole day because you can't fight your way back up. Before I learned to just run straight past. I can't remember if it's the glowing eyes on these guns. Notice when I killed that skeleton, I didn't absorb any souls, and he has those glowing eyes. And I think it's the glowing eyes that give these ones away, but he just put himself back together. Do I have any? Lightning. I don't think this will work, but I'll try it anyway. No, Cult Club doesn't make a difference. I might actually run... Oh, we'll go for the first bonfire at least. Ah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll run back. This is what it's like to try and make decisions in my life, by the way. Just constant back and forth. Oh, you could do that. Oh no, but what if you did? Oh no, but there's advantages to doing it the other way. Oh no, but let's think about and it's just constant, just never ending back and forth. It's tiring. I actually already picked up the Zweihander. I've had the Zweihander in my inventory this whole time. But I've used the Zweihander on enough playthroughs. The Zweihander and the Claymore are by far my most used weapon in the game. What's the goal now? Right now, I think Tomb of Giants is where I want to go first. I think Tomb of Giants, then it's the Duke's, it's Tomb of Giants, then it's Duke's Archives or Lost Izalith. I think Lost Izalith you usually save till the end. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, we could fight Caesar's Discharge. I'm probably gonna swap between the places depending on how strong I feel. The Gold Fog gates are down, so you have 3. You actually have, normally if you went with Kingseeker Frampt at this point you'd have 4, the choice of each of the 4 Lord Souls, but because we went with Darkstalker Cath, we now have the choice of 3 areas to go to. So Tomb of the Giants for Nito, the Duke's Archives for Seath the Scaleless, and Lost Izalith for the Bed of Chaos. I'm not looking forward to the Bed of Chaos. I don't think I've ever looked forward to the Bed of Chaos in my life. What a shit show. What a You'll see. I'm gonna do Bed of Chaos as I've been doing so many times throughout this run. I'm gonna do it like the new player experience kind of way, if only to critique just how fucking goddamn awful it is. I sat down to warp here for a reason, didn't I? I know what I was gonna do. I think I want to jump. I don't think Andre does it, so I'm probably gonna have to warp immediately back. I don't think he'd take the divine. I don't think he does divine weapons. I think he only does some other ones. I actually can't remember which ones he does. But it's Cappy, I've missed a lot of your messages. Sorry. Maybe you look the same, like the primordial noodles. Not like we can really comprehend what they are. Yes. I like that name, primordial noodles. Are they like above everything, kind of like watcher beings? That's how they position themselves. The primordial serpents position themselves as being. Or are you talking about Velka? The primordial serpents anyway position themselves as being guides, but they have their own agendas as well. It becomes more and more apparent the more items you read, and especially in the DLCs, Darkstalker Cath gets a pretty bad rep. once you do Artorias of the Abyss, you go, Darkstalker Cath, really is you sure you're trying to make a Dark Lord now, right? Fucking Egypt he is. And Kingseeker Frampt maybe perhaps is just following Gwyn's idea, but Gwyn's idea isn't exactly great either.
That's a brilliant ember you've got.
Lick my spear.
All my years in the trade, that might be the finest. How's about you leave that ember with me? I'm just an old smith. I'd give my left arm for a gem like that.
I think if we say no here, he's super dejected.
I see. There's a pity. Perhaps you'd... No.
He's just lovable.
Right. Quite all right, indeed.
Oh, he's clearly heartbroken when you say no. He's clearly heartbroken, but he's like, no, it's your choice. I can't make you. We'll give it to him. Of course we will.
Well, thank you mightily for that. Now, just leave the rest to me. Andre of Astora gets the job done. You shall see.
So that unlocks... If we want, that unlocks getting weapons up to plus 15. I kind of miss having plus 15 in these games. In the later games, they get rid of that. I kind of liked having plus 15. I thought it was neat. I don't know why I thought it was neat. I think it might just be me being old or something.
I'll be seeing you. Be careful.
Oh yeah, hang on. I want to talk to you about modifying equipment.
Well, you need...
Divine. He does do divine. Okay. Let's make our halberd divine. That'll do.
Don't get yourself nice.
That looks like pretty handy. So we'll head back to where we were heading then. So we'll hop back to Firelink. In theory, we could just run over toward an elevator. Quite handy, but nah, it's whatever. Ooh, at what point do I do... I forget this game has 2 DLCs. Because I think of the Painted World as part of the base game. But I have to do that at some point too. Actually, I need to remember. There's actually quite a bit to do. We've got the 3 Lord Souls. And then we've got we've got our Artorias' DLC, and we have the Painted World. And then the extra. I think there's a couple extra bosses outside of that even that I might want to visit, because I do want to fight as many as I can. Ooh, we have to fight what's his name. All right, quick shout here. Someone does say it to you at some point. Someone gives you this tip that divine weapons will help you down below. I can't remember exactly who it is and exactly how they say it, but if you bring a divine weapon here, so you've seen with these dudes, last time I killed him, he just kept coming back, right? If you have a divine weapon, these guys are weak to it, and they permanently die. So if you've got divine weaponry, you can actually make your way through this place normally. You don't have to worry about dudes constantly sneaking up behind you. Which is a real pain for a new player. Like, I'll show you that experience, of course. That's how I intend to play. Woo. So we take this lad out. Wander down here. Very dark. Have another couple skeletons pop up. And yeah, this dude's back now. So now we have 3 dudes to deal with. And this one's back up, and they take about as long to get up as it takes to kill the other one. Like, he's already reforming there. Very dark place. Thankfully, it's tutorialized pretty alright here. Oof. In that you get down here, you meet this dude, and you're like, who the fuck are you? Get out of my way. And... oh, no, that doesn't... oh, I thought they fell apart straight away. They don't. Presumably, if you've gotten here, and you've not been using divine weapons, you now have to... ooh, get fucking wrecked, apparently. But once you take out that dude there, you can actually kill these dudes properly, which is a blessing. But if you have divine weapons, you can get around it too, which is also really nice. Ahead, good night. Hey, all right, dude. Have a good night, dude. Make up tomorrow. Make us all some sausage soup. Is that a euphemism? Because if so, I'm good. I'm okay. Wait, how do you make... no, I know how you make soup with sausages. That's not crazy. You don't match his king 100%. He's searching for another frown. Blacksmiths are just smith and junkies. I mean, Andre is one of the few people you meet who's not hollow. He's one of the very few people in the games you meet who's not hollow. And he's clearly done it. In fact, I think you meet Vamos, Andre, and the giant are all smiths, and all of them seem to have their wits about them. None of them seem to have gone hollow. Although I don't know if the giants can go hollow, I think they just die, I'm not 100% sure. But they've managed to keep themselves sane, and Vamos even says it himself. He says, you know, give me some smithing to do. It's the only thing keeping me sane. Purpose is what makes the people able to resist hollowing. He stays smithing through human. It's what lets him keep his humanity. Are we quick enough? Okay, we can light it, but we're probably not going to get to sit. Oh no, we got to sit. Nice. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't think we dropped a landing here. This place is nice to look at. And listen, if you listen very carefully, you can hear those bugs. crawling along. I've never actually stopped and looked at the river. The absolute river of filth that is this place. Look at that. Oh. And the walls practically skulls coming out of them. Bones packed tightly in every surface. Pretty horrifying. Pretty horrifying shit. Some tomb this is, where they seem to just compact you and stuff you in. Oh yeah, we have a door here. I've never actually bothered on looking at this door before. I don't think there's anything too interesting about it. May as well. I've literally never done this, so. 2 diamonds. Looks like a shield, and I guess 2 people standing either side of another shield. Like 2, I don't know. What that's supposed to be a symbol of. It doesn't really look very much of like anything. Ugh. Oh yeah, and they've even baked skulls into the workings of the place. Look at that. The place is practically built out of bones, you would say. Basically this. Oh, hang on. Hot dog. Ooh, hot dog. Ooh, okay, hang on. Ooh, no. No, okay, that's not for me. That's not for me. Hot dogs are a flavor to be used sparingly at the best of times. In my opinion. And a soup made out. I was thinking just like regular or sausages, or like some kind of nice flavored sausages. I've never stopped and looked at these statues really. You can almost make out a face on them. Or that's just my imagination, which is very possible. Very nice view here that you come out to. Ooh. I love that attack. The swirling skeletons. We already see our target here, that dude on the far side, who's lobbing fireballs nicely. It's not real hot dog, just replace them with a proper sausage. With a proper sausage, that could be good. Alright, this place is kind of spooky. There's some good ways you can just get the skeletons to throw themselves off the edges like that. If you're having trouble with this area, that's honestly one of the best things to do, is find a spot like this and send the skeletons flying off the corners. Unfortunately, it won't work for everything. And this dude, real tricky, actually runs away from you. If you're being careful, you can't. It's very hard to. He goes quite a ways, but I can catch up to him pretty handily. Ooh! The unfortunate timing. Well, we got our egg back. Lucerne. Ooh. Alright. I don't think the Lucerne has anything interesting in its description. Twist dodge. Instead of thrusting like a spear, aims to club the head with its hard beak. Nah, nothing. Okay. Yeah, thankfully these guys lose their regen. Here's at least the nicely buried people. Perhaps this place was a half-decent burial area at one point. I can't remember what this area is called, actually. I don't know if any of you noticed any, pop-up, this is the name of the area things. Oh, shit, are we too late? Oh, don't tell me I fucked this up. Oh, damn it. Okay. Maybe. There is a quick way down here. I think you can drop, if you just drop here, you can fall to that next one, and I think there's another drop you can make that brings you down to the very bottom. If you wanna, if you're doing this from the very start of the game, you can actually get down to what's his name, the boss, super quick, and because he's a very easy boss, you can take him on pretty handily too. But the only time he'll provide any challenge. But we'll comment on that one later. Alright. Where's... Okay, there's like an... Oh, he's around the corner, is he? Oh no, he's there. That dude's of course bait for this dude who pops up behind you. That little item there can be a bit of a bait as well to allow the bowman to get a hit on you. Enough about me. Let's kill Toasty on my sleeplessness. Have a good night, dude. Cheers for hanging out, and I hope you sleep well. Okay. Right. That bridge there. I think... bollocks. Okay. This place is unfortunately a little trap-ridden. There's an easy way to do this. Just run. You actually don't need to bother with any of these dudes. A lot of them kill themselves by jumping off the edges of things, which is handy. I didn't realize. We should have done this earlier. Normally this is your first encounter with Patches. Oh, that's a shame. I would have really loved to show him Patches, his first encounter. Normally he's standing right there. I might... Okay, anyway, we hit this switch and yeah, that brings our bridge back over there. Excuse me, sirs. Go lurk for a bit? Alright, no worries, Cappy. Oof. You can just about... Thankfully, the first few of these dudes, you can actually find them. They start after this, those dudes are a lot more hidden. Well, that happened. Give me 1 second. I actually want to quickly look up if we can meet Patches, if I've screwed it up completely, or if there's a way to meet him here. Initially in the catacombs, up the ladder before the spiky bridge. Once Rhea and the company leave for the catacombs, or the player enters the Tomb of Giants, Patches will move to the tomb. Ah, damn it. Okay. I didn't realize it was Rhea was the trigger. Ah, that sucks. Okay, well, I wouldn't have been able to prevent it happening then, because I did go out of my way to try and talk to Rhea early. That's a real shame. If you go here early, before Petrus and Rhea and that group ever set off, if you go here that early, you can encounter Patches, and it's a fun little encounter. Getting souls from the skeletons throwing themselves off the edges here. He was, I think, having a nice roll. This place is not too hard to run through. Ooh, excuse me, sir. It is still full of traps, though. I'm gonna hold my own here for a second. No, we good? Someone must be running into a wall somewhere. Alright, few options. Quite a few options, actually, running around here. I'll go with the one I have the most control over for now. I think this statue stabs you, does it? It does. Yes, it does. So now we're into the territory. We've killed the last dude who revives these dudes. Now we're into the territory of not really having a clear path to the next one, which is a little trickier. And head down this way. These are all traps. This whole room's a trap, in fact. The only way presented to us now, I guess, is down here, so we'll take this route. Unfortunately, a couple skeletons. Oh, hey! Handy. I did not realize he was there. Fun fact, if you bring the I believe it works on a kind of a radius. Killing those dudes. Oh, hey, and he dropped the skull lantern too. Didn't actually mean to punch the switch, but that works fine. I think that opens the door up just above us, but that gives us a skull lantern, which is really handy. You need that to drop. I don't know if it's a guaranteed drop before the Tomb of Giants, but it is practically necessary. It is definitely for a first playthrough. It is 100% necessary. So that opens up this little path, which leads us out the back here and leads us to this. Normally this is down, I think. You can get across this, but if Patches has left, as he has in our case, it's the traps. That bridge has been flipped. And of course, if you know Patches' whole thing is he tricks you and tricks you again. If he's standing here and you walk onto that bridge, he'll push this switch and flip this bridge over to you. Now, if you're quick, I think you can run past. What I wanted to do was I wanted to just walk out a little bit and then walk back, because you have a good bit of time to do it. There's also a very handy, though weirdly taxed hidden room here. Taxed with that weird spike trap, but gives you a nice little bonfire. Which, actually, I didn't even take note of this before. You can see this bonfire from... Is it from where Patches stands? I think it is. I think it's from where Patches is standing. No, it's from the other side. Okay. From over there, from where you triggered the other switch, you can actually see that bonfire. Something I very rarely make use of. Okay, we've got our way open over there. There's a couple of options. Oh, hello. Goodbye. I'll make my way down and then we'll jump back to the top and I'll show off some of the other routes for this area. This area is pretty maze-like, from what I can remember. Gotcha. This is one of the stranger hidden walls in the game. It's literally just a brick wall you can break. Which leads us to... Oh yeah, Big Chungus here. Who thankfully dies. And he's protecting, for some reason, the Stark Moon Seance Ring. I'll go back to that ring in a second. Got a few runs over here. You can run back up here. Okay, no, there's only one route here. Can't quite remember where this leads. Oh. Ooh, fudge me. I didn't realize I was in such low health there, but I should have taken that a little bit more serious. That's not the end of the world, whatever. Happens every now and then. I get hit by that. Alright, Where was it now? Here, down to the right. I think there might be more up there if I didn't fall down. Ooh, Chungus is back. Just keep running. Just keep running. Yeah, this one's in charge of this whole area. This, I think, resets you back to the start. Yeah, this resets you right back to the start. That's pretty handy. Ooh. Oh, I didn't realize. There's another option of where we can go. Thank you. There's actually 2 ladders there. No, one's a reset back to the start. The other one, I think, leads somewhere else. We'll find out. Or does it just lead to him? Maybe it just leads to him. Oh, you know what? I think it does just lead to him. Okay, well, yeah, you can reset, you can get back up here. Though these ladders, pretty hard to see. This area is pretty dark. Not much compared to the darkness to come, but it's a nice, it's a primer, let's say. A primer in darkness. Yeah, okay, and this is leads you along the cliff sides. I can't remember which one these dudes are tied to. I think these ones revive. Thankfully, these bombs are not picky about who they hit. Yeah, I think from the start of this area, from up there, you can jump down. Is it to here? I think you land on this, and then from here you can jump down there to that item. Well, I'll demonstrate that a little bit later. Ah, here we are. Okay. Do I have time to look at an item? My guess is no, given how this guy is acting. Where are you? Darkmoon Seance Ring. That's the ring we picked up. The ring is granted to adherents of Gwendolyn, Darkmoon deity and last born of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight. Grants additional magic attunement slots. Darkson Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. There's a very important note. He is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. But we haven't even met him so far. We've only met Guinevere, but apparently he's the only one remaining there. So, well, what's the crack with Guinevere then? We have a wee Titanite demon here. This one's pretty scary, so we're not gonna. I'll do the coffin first. So you get a nice little prompt to nestle in a coffin here if you really want. Our giant egghead kind of sticks out a little bit. And we said, "Hey Jack, how you doing?" Ooh, Jack, I've got a job interview coming up, so I might be getting a pretty what looks like a pretty good job soon. There we go. If you're patient and you sit in this coffin long enough, you get your egg head partially clipped off, because my egg is still slightly outside of the coffin here. Hey, handed in your notice. Are you going on to something new or just sick of their shit? Either way, congrats, and I hope hopefully you get something cool. Hopefully you're going on to something better. This is a very interesting one. Tomb of the Giants. So we're ported straight to the Tomb of Giants. This coffin is pulled from way, way, way away. I don't think this arena isn't quite the same as it is. I think there's a few items dotted around the place, but we will be back here later in a more aggressive format. But from here, you can actually meet Gravelord Nito way, way, way before you have to kill him. You can actually get to him literally from the very start of the game. You can meet Nito before you've even heard the first mention of him. Well, apart from the opening cutscene where you, of course, you know, it goes on about Lord. Anyway, here's Gravelord Nito just hanging out in his coffin. We'll join his covenant, sure. He gives you, just for joining, you actually get the Gravelord Servant Sword, Gravelord Sword, and a Miracle, which is pretty handy. And you can offer to him Eyes of Death, which I don't think I have any. I've got one. You can offer to him Eyes of Death, which that's just your item for ranking up the Covenant. And I think you can use Eyes of Death. This Covenant works really weird. As a Gravelord Servant, you use Eyes of Death to make phantoms of, like, additional enemy phantoms appear in other players' worlds, and players then have to fight those phantoms, and some players will be presented with an option to invade the Gravelord Servant's world after fighting those phantoms. Some players are presented with the option to invade your world, in which case they come and they fight you, and if they beat you, it dispels all the phantoms in all of the players' games that player caused them to go into. And if you don't win, if you lose, I think that player gets the Eye of Death. It's, I think, the hardest Covenant to farm in the game. I'm not 100% sure because it has so many convoluted steps, and because frankly all those conditions that need to be fulfilled to get anything out of it don't come up very often. There are phantoms from other worlds. I might use that a little bit later. I think I need to be humaned up. I think I need to human myself up. But we've entered his covenant, so we can have a wee hop into our nestle ourselves neatly into our casket here, and it's a lot quicker this time around. Pretty sure being dead would be better. Starting something new in the new year. Very nice. That sound. I hope it's good. And yeah, I can very quickly get behind leaving a shit job. I didn't do it in my last job when it was shit. I didn't leave, and I really regretted that. And then when I did leave, I'm pretty sure I've told you the story. When I did leave, they then fired everyone anyway, so I was super justified. Vindicated. I was vindicated, very much so. I also wouldn't have gotten any extra pay from being fired, so. Let's see. Okay, we've joined the Gravelords. I think I need to hume myself up to be Gravelord Servant. We'll try one. We'll also have a wee look at this Titanite Demon, or at least what he's protecting. I don't remember if it's anything worthwhile. Oh, Eye of Death, eh? ×3. Ooh, okay. This lad's a chonker. Ouch, okay. Taking one hit so far isn't too bad. Jump. That was close. Ooh. You can see I'm a little freaked. When I roll twice in a row, that usually means I'm freaked. Ooh, got greedy, but it paid off. Oh, he's not dead. Never mind. That was actually some people's joking reaction to me to when they got fired. They were like, oh, they must have, once you were gone, they were like, it's not worth it anymore. Just scrap the whole thing. We're done. Get out. Alright, that's where we came from. There's a nice little path to our right here. I think leads us further down. It actually leads us down to the bottom. just gently land on this tomb here. Nice and gracefully. Show them the respect they deserve. You have... the egg. Nice. You actually have a couple of extra paths here in these weirdly colored tiles. You can jump down if you so choose. I will not for now. We'll do that in a bit. Have a nice explore of that later. Oh. Alright, I actually didn't realize this dude was down here. So buried away. There's not even a secret wall. Is there anything else down here? I actually don't remember this guy. Legitimately, not even a clue. No, wait, never mind. Nope. Okay, I thought this room was like something I'd never seen before, but this just leads out here. Okay, got it. Never mind. Ignore what I said. Oh, good lord. What an introduction. Well, that's the bone wheel. It is a skeleton stuck in a wheel, and that is exactly how usually your first encounter with them goes. I didn't think they'd aggro from that far away, but if you don't know they're coming, as I didn't, that right there tends to happen. But now that we're back up here, I can go a few other directions I wanted to go, which is nice. Okay, there's one extra place you can head here. Hop down this little path. You get the Great Scythe, very handy. And for any room that looks like this, caked with bones in the wall, you can... Apparently not, actually. You can wander onto these, which are bone traps. Drop you down. So this has dropped me down to just a little further ahead. It's actually a neat shortcut, no lie. Never gotten past the first hour of this. Pinwheel is meant to be the big pussy. Yes, Pinwheel. I will aptly demonstrate what Pinwheel is like later. Don't worry. It's amazing, because my guess is Pinwheel is so amazingly easy because you can get to him. There's a chance he's the first boss you encounter in the game. If you go a certain path, if for some reason you can get through the skeletons in this place, which maybe someone could stomach it. Maybe they heard this game's hard and they're like, oh, me dying to these skeletons 800 times before I even make it to the next bonfire is how this game's supposed to go, instead of taking the hint and going the other direction. Maybe if they did do that, they could fight him, and that would be their first boss in the game, as opposed to the Taurus Demon. So I guess that's why he's a giant. He's actually easier than the Taurus Demon, all things said. So here's the same bone trap again. I think this drops you somewhere that's actually hard to get to otherwise. Yeah, look at this. Where'd the other one go? Wait, did I kill both of them in one shot, in one fell swoop? Nice. I'll take it. Beaten Taurus before, not gotten much further beyond that. Yeah, that's fair. I would recommend it. I do really love these games, but if you, they are patience testers for sure. That's my death counter, and I'm, fairly fucking experienced. Oh, hey, neat. We're back at the bonfire. So yeah, here's where, from where you push this switch over here, you can actually see this bonfire quite neatly. But of course, it's hidden behind a hidden wall, so I think it's a whole other deal. Did he just parry king me? Holy shit, he did. I didn't even know these skeletons can parry you. Okay, sure. Alright, so that one leads us in a merry-go-round. So if you're unfortunate enough to drop through that one, you kind of just get sent back. Do not collect, do not pass go, do not collect 200 quid, etc. What else? I think that's actually all the extra areas around here. I thought it was a little trickier. I remember it being a little trickier. My first run. You can, of course, make your way down here to this very spooky... I really didn't intend to do that. That was carrying. That can happen there. Normally it happens a little, even less gracefully than that, to be honest. Yeah, okay, we'll just go die again. Let me throw on, I need Sorcerer's Catalyst. There we go. Was this the right area? Don't think this is... No, this isn't it. We need to go back up. Oh! Oh, we can equip the Sorcerer's Catalyst without fear of fat rolling now. I forgot because we put Havel's Ring back on. We're actually good. Excuse me, sir. Gonna head back up this way. Yeah, here we go. Down this way. So, the trick to this is walk and aim for the rocky outcroppings that are nearby. So see the way there's a little bulge coming out of the wall here and there? You want to just kind of aim, walk gently and aim for them. You'll probably fuck it up the first few times you do it, no matter what. Unfortunately, it's just that kind of shortcut. But if you do, you make it down here and you get to meet... Wait, is it this guy's name that's famous? I think I was calling the other dude by the wrong name. Spooky looking boss. With an amazing beard. Whoever a bony beard is supposed to work.
Be gone with you.
Fucking deep. I forgot how deep fried his evoking vocals are. For some reason in that cutscene, the voice is just awful. And he sounds like he's speaking from under a fryer. But yeah, you unlock, by going that route, you actually unlock another bonfire, which is really handy if you, for some reason, are having trouble with, what's-his-face? And you get another blacksmith.
What's that then? Need some smithing? Then produce me some wares.
He sounds so awful.
I'm here to smith, not to chit-chat.
Like...
I've told you, I'm here for the trade, not for the talk. Enough with your presence. It disturbs me. Well, you are a persistent one, are you not? But I'm afraid I'm a mere blacksmith. It's just me and my trade. I would be of no help to a righteous warrior such as yourself.
He's so unperturbed by the fact that he's a skeleton. He doesn't even mention it himself. He's just like, fuck off, I'm working.
And nothing more. I'd be of more help with that ember from New Londo, of course. It's a shame the whole place was flooded. I've told you, if I had...
Oh, he does make mention of...
Unless I had the flame of that legendary witch.
He does mention a bunch of embers, he does.
Lost eyes of it. Impossible.
I didn't realize he mentioned so many of them.
I have nothing to discuss. If I have anything to offer, speaking honestly, I must say that I'm at my very limit. There's no more work to be done.
Flame of that legendary witch and the one from New Londo. So he sells... I should actually, if I had souls, I'd pick up... He doesn't sell much of anything. But he does have access to flame enchantment, which is awesome. Is it specifically bitrate that causes that issue, Jack? Because that's actually good to know if I ever want to reproduce it myself. I know bitrate in video I know the kind of problems bitrate in video causes, but I didn't realize it caused that same issue with it caused a similar. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. If bitrate's low, the audio quality is gonna be shit. That's just obvious. That's when you know what bitrate is anyway. That's super obvious. I guess we should repair some stuff. This is a mechanic in this game that is almost never used. You almost never have to worry about things breaking.
You'll spoil my focus.
Deep frying is like it's what that entire subreddit's about.
Need some smithing, then produce me some wares.
Okay, he doesn't.
Told you I have nothing to discuss. If I have anything to offer, it's not speaking honestly.
Flame of the Legendary Witch and the one from New Londo. I wonder, was that the very large ember he's looking for, which we already gave to Andre? Ah, I could have got a bit of dialogue. Deep fried memes. That's exactly the one I'm thinking of. Look up bit depth 2. Oh lord. Bit depth as well as bit rate. Okay, so this is a nice shortcut that brings you directly into the center of hell. These guys. I can't remember. I don't think these guys, they respawn. They definitely respawn. I don't think they can become invulnerable like the other skeletons. They can regen themselves without visiting a bonfire. Ooh, yep, there it is. It's just full of them. This whole place is a nightmare. This is your last warning, if you're a new player, that this place is not really where you're meant to go. Good lord. It was like, there is a trick to handling this. I just can't remember what the fuck it is. I think the trick is don't run out into the center of the area, honestly. Alright. Wonder... Oh, I wonder why. There's a couple more of them here. I would normally just run past them all, but I'm trying to be a thorough boy. Oh yeah, there is one shortcut I didn't show. Not so much shortcut, actually kind of a trap, but whatever. We'll go there. Oh, I forgot about him. That's a Black Knight. He is, I thought, is where we were going, but apparently he's taken it upon himself to come and visit us. If when you come down here you are unlucky enough to fall down this hole, the Black Knight is standing right here. Loser wall ahead. Fucking my arse it is. You do get a Soul of a Proud Knight for your troubles, though. Yeah, he's standing. This Dark Knight is standing right here, and he can come up behind you there, if you're unlucky, too. But having that bonfire puts me in a pretty good position to fight him. You can kill these guys before they pop off, but I never do. Carolina's just making shapes at me in VR. She's looking for a fight. Oh yeah, Jack. I was. You might not have been here when I was saying before. I bought a VR headset. Also, it's the best thing ever, and I love it. Oh, you guys are still alive. Whoop. Ahead of Alex. Alex had nothing to do with it. I'd already been planning it. I'd been planning to buy it. Pretty much since near the start of the year, and then it was like, oh, for Christmas, I'll get it. You know, we'll get it for Christmas. So we picked it up now, just a little bit ahead of Christmas. Which, look, good thing we did. Apparently, it's sold out as well. Okay, I'm gonna need to deal with the bone wheel here. I want to fight this knight. But I did buy it, and not like a couple days later, the announcement for Half-Life Alyx came out, and it was a pretty solid cherry on top. White tie night chunk. God damn it! I don't think we've gotten a single night weapon this whole run. Dreadful. Which one did I get? I picked up the Oculus Quest, as it is the one that suits my needs to a T right now, and I'm pretty freaking happy with it, and so is Carolina. Let's pick up some more Homeward Bones with the souls we have. I was tempted to get the Valve Index, and we were even thinking of spending that much money, but at the end of the day, our current location, all the hassle of it, my PC not being, you know, a super powerhouse, and also the lighthouses you have to set up, those like little boxes you have to put in the corners for those ones, absolute pain in the ass. The Oculus One just works by itself, for itself, like it all works just out of the box. Don't need to worry about a PC, don't need to worry about anything else. Perfect. And I can hook it up to a computer if I want. Got a really nice Rift S. Yeah, the Quest and the Rift S are fairly similar, but the Quest works completely without a PC as well. It's got a mobile stuff. It works with computers now, as of like the start of the month. It works with a computer too. It's not quite as good as a Rift S for just using it with the computer, but it also works without a computer, which I think is a pretty good I think the slight decrease in quality and a little bit more weight it has to it is a good compromise for it working standalone. I think it's great, especially for me in this room, which has no space and you can't really do VR in. Alright, let's try Dark Moon Tomb, The Abyss, Daughters of Chaos, Depths, and the Parish. Damn it. Okay. I want to get back up to the start of this area. You know what? We'll go fight what's his face first. Okay. Ooh. As long as you're running, these guys aren't too bad to avoid. Do keep an eye behind you, though. They are homing. I would like to point that out. There we go. Okay, we made it through. Be wary of tough enemy, of course. Boss? Question mark? That's more like it. Books, bones, and some kind of ritual. A thing that is studying and we're intruding on it. With three faces that seem to concur with each other. Ooh. And I've already got him down to half health. Oh wait, what, that one was a fake. All right, so obviously this fight's kind of a joke. I'm gonna take a second here to. Ooh. Oh, I've never even let him do this before. The clones do hurt. I've never even seen this myself. Why would you let him? Oh, I killed him. Whoops. Rite of Kindling. And the Mask of the Father. That's the one you want. That's the one you want to drop. If you know your Dark Souls 1, you know that this right here, one of three masks of the Pinwheel, the necromancer who stole the power of the Gravelord and reigns over the catacombs. This mask belonging to the Valiant Father slightly raises equipment load. So there's like a popular build where you basically, you end up really low level, but you have Havel's Ring, Ring of Favor, and this mask on, and it raises your equipment load so high. Like, what's my current? Yeah, it's like +6 on your equipment load. You can wear like full massive plate mail and be a relatively low level to fight other people with, and it was called Giant Stads because you had giant armor and the Mask of the Father. What rings what rings does everyone use? Like, I think these are the only 2 rings anyone ever uses in Dark Souls 1. I've certainly never really, even when I'm doing a sorcery build, I just never feel like it's necessary like it's worth wearing other rings. The additional encumbrance capacity on this is just so good. But yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was talking about one of the 3 faces of the necromancer. So this dude was a necromancer. He stole the right of kindling from Nito. The right of kindling, which is this one here. Secret right allows bonfires to be boosted further with kindling, so that even more Estus can be collected. Kindling was a sacred rite passed down among clerics, but all undead can imitate the process in the same manner that they restore their hollowing with humanity. How peculiar that humans had found little use for humanity until they turned undead. And you can see the symbol for it is kind of looks like a hunched over person. I don't know what items you need, but one of the stories of this boss is that perhaps he was a mother, father, and son who've through some means been morphed together, and whatever it is they're studying here. Is this skull? This is the skull we seen in that cutscene. Does it looked like a unique skull in that cutscene. I wonder if it still looks the same here. Well, I wonder if it still looks unique here. It does. Yeah, it's got that little weird divot, like right here. Yeah, clearly studying, clearly practicing, trying to do something. I think maybe Vati or someone's theory on it is that he was a father, a mother, and a son. The mother and the son died, and the father, through necromancy, was trying to bring them back and became this horrible monstrosity you see, Pinwheel, in the process. And he was stealing the right of he stole the right of kindling off Gravelord Nido to attempt something. But I don't really know what, because, well, I suppose the art of adding more fuel to the bonfire. Yeah, I don't really know how adding more fuel to the bonfire would help with necromancy. I don't quite understand that. Perhaps being able to generate more humanity might help you bring someone back, I guess, maybe? I don't know. Maybe there's other items. So here's the Tomb of Giants. Here's where you now need the item that thankfully dropped, Gold Lantern. And if you run back around this giant tomb, speaking of it being a tomb of giants, it's literally got a giant tomb in it. You can light your way. If you don't have it, all you've got to go on is the occasional item signaling a bit of where to go, and these little stones here. If you walk really slowly, I mean real slowly, I think there's an edge. Yeah, just like that. Like, I couldn't tell there was an edge there. There's no way to get through this on your first try anyway without the lantern. It's a real pain. But yeah, this place is pure darkness. This is a concept they toyed with in this game, having like real legit darkness to contend with. Oh, and the glowing eyes in the dark. That's a touch I love on this area. You can tell the very short aggro ranges too. These guys are quite generous. You can get pretty close. You have a lot of opportunities to notice this guy's coming if you don't have a lantern. You can clearly see a couple of pair of floating eyes in the background. You light them up, and there's a nice little skeleton for your troubles. What was I saying? Oh yeah, these weird skulls too. They look almost like gorilla skulls. They toyed a bit with this idea of a darkness area in this, and apparently, I think rumor has it in Dark Souls. It's not even rumor has it in Dark Souls 2. In the test build of Dark Souls 2 that some people played before the game was fully released, some people played an original build of the game. The game was a lot darker, and you had to light fires at bonfires, like actual light torches at bonfires, to help guide your way. And enemies would react to the fire in different ways, either maybe becoming frenzied or aggroed or shying away from it. But there was supposed to be a lot more dark areas in that game that you'd have to contend with. And the final product, they ended up not going with that for whatever reason. I'm kind of curious as to what's over here, if anything. I don't know if I've ever been over there. I feel like I probably have. It's probably around. This place is a bit of a maze as well, especially with all the darkness. It's hard to tell. Kind of a shame. Dark Souls 2 would have been a lot more interesting if it had kind of gone for a more unique mechanic like that, and it would have helped it sit out from the other games. Maybe it still would have been, you know, hated for whatever reason, but maybe it would have had some interesting take on it then. But yeah, Tomb of Giants, aptly full of giants. Well, giant skeletons, I should say. Try a plunging attack. Hey. Actually, that one's a good one. Never mind. That's a good message. Let's give them a rate. Ooh, yeah. There's a little something over there. Very hard to find your way around this area. Ooh. So yeah, that plunging attack would have let us jump on this lad if I'd trusted it, but ooh. Hard to even see what these dudes are trying to do without the lantern. You can see from here, I don't know if anyone was here when I was pointing it out ages ago, but if you do remember it, when we just defeated Quelaag, I said remember that little tail going into the lava right after Quelaag when you go into the start of Lost Isles. That's the tail I'm talking about there. That's the furthest distance you can see another area from in the entire game. And I'm going to demonstrate it in a bit. It was part 1 or part 2. But that's the farthest single distance you can see in the game. If I open up the map viewer, you can actually see that there is a straight line to it as well. And I think I'll demonstrate it a bit later, but I think if I die either where I'm standing or down there, you can actually see from either location. You can actually see maybe only from this location if you die down in the lava. You can actually see your soul, your death retrieval little green pile of goop, and you can zoom in on it with your binoculars. Now obviously it's super low resolution from this distance, but it's there. It is placed exactly where you died in the real map, and it's why the level design in this game is so freaking good. The fact that these two areas, which are so massively separated, that you can clearly see they're connected. It's wonderful. Also, there's a skeleton down there. I just noticed you can see his eyes just below my lance. Do I? Nah, we'll go the intended route. Pebbles kind of show you where you should go. Oh, it was literally just this guy. Oh, no, there was 2 guys. Well, it was a good run. I don't think I even died in a good enough spot to show off. Let's try. Thought or chaos, let's go. I don't think this will work. Hardcore runs when I get fucking good, Jesus, so never. Okay, let's run over it, and we'll see if we can see it. Thanks, guys. Can always count on yous to, I don't know, put me down, I guess. My own fault, really, for putting those rewards in. I should have pointed out, see all these roots here. Down beneath the world, you encounter a hell of a lot more of them. But I think that dome there, possibly? Is it that dome? Or maybe this is just the roots that go on. Maybe those are just random roots. Maybe there's nothing to them. Oh, we can see a nice monstrosity over there. So where would it be? Let's try and have a look, but I don't think we're going to be able to see it from here. I think it's supposed to be somewhere up there, but that looks really like a stone wall to me. Alright, let's try it from the other direction. How about that? Come on. Just burn me a little. Oh, fun fact. If you're quick enough, there is a way to run across. See that little bit of rocks there? There is actually, if you have enough health and you're quick enough, you can actually run all the way across there and not have to deal with this lava at all. Jesus, Molly. God damn it. Oh, well, you evened it out. It's fine. It's fine. I'll accept that. Okay, well, yeah, we did more. Okay, let's have a look. And let's not die to the bone wheels here. That could very much ruin what I'm trying to show off. Oh. This bit always gets my heart pumping. Trying to avoid the bone wheels in this little narrow valley always gives me a rush. Oop. There we go. Ooh, the table's back together. We can have a look at the skeleton properly. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, and with the little faceted gem kind of thing. It's a unique skeleton in the game, I think. I don't think you see that in any other skeleton. Let's have a look. And before it's on literally every skeleton now, and I've just never noticed it before because I never bothered looking. Oh my god, it actually is. Is it on every skeleton in the game and I just never noticed it before? Apparently it is. I gotta look at a live skeleton now to confirm this. I've gotta find skeletons in another area. Well, you know what? I actually wouldn't put it past me, to be honest, to not notice something like that. Not the craziest thing that's happened. Alright, the trick now... Trick now is to not die before we can get back to our vantage point. Oh, or are we good here? Ah, oh, we can't see it. I'm 100% certain I've seen it before. I've done this test. You know what it could be? It could be a Dark Souls Remastered thing, or something about draw distance I need to change. Maybe you need to change the draw distance in the INI file, maybe. That's a bit of a shame. I might, but I'm gonna, it's a little bit early, but I am gonna call it here for the evening. I know I started a bit late and I'm ending a bit early, but yeah, it's only been 3 hours. I know, I'm sorry for a bit of a short stream today, but I'm gonna wrap it up here for now. And we'll go and have a look and see who we can raid up. Yeah. What is that emote? Oh, it's a goose. It's a goose game goose. That's adorable. Gosh. But yeah, I'm gonna, you know, spend time with Carolina, you know, normal, being in a healthy relationship type things. And we'll have a look in the meantime and see who's online, who we can throw a wee raid to. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Freaking Ash is playing Master Chief Collection, and boy, there's some good what you call it, some good feels watching some old Halo. So we'll have a wee wander over to himself. Yeah, in the meantime, anyway, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you here. I've actually been in a pretty good mood today. I think, dare I say it, exercise makes me feel better. Who'd have thought, man? Who'd have thought? I have a feeling the VR is partly why I'm so happy with it is because I'm actually just feeling better because I've been moving a lot more. Crazy thought, I know. But yeah, let's go throw some toast at Ash and show him some love, and I will see us all tomorrow for whatever it is that I decide to do tomorrow. I'm not going to commit to anything because I literally like 50-50 picked between Slay the Spire and this today, and if I can get something working in VR, then that's a whole other thing to consider now. But I'm gonna say probably Dark Souls, probably, but no promises. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or night or whatever is ahead of you, and I'll see you all another day. Bye bye.